guys, welcome back to the channel, Yorkshire Crafter. My name's Julie and today I have got Floss Tube. So this is Floss Tube 208. So I have quite a bit to show you on my desk. So we have a few purchases that I've made and also some charity shop haul, some second-hand haul. And then I have some things to show you that I got from a lovely friend and subscriber. Some of you will have seen it if you watched the unboxing, but since then she has sent me some more goodies, so thank you very much. You know who you are. So first of all, I have managed to find some Harry Potter products. So these are the, that's why I've got Haribo in my head. These are the Harry Potter Haribos. So I have been seeing these a lot around on Facebook and Instagram over in the States and other countries. And I think they now have come to the UK. So these are the Haribo and these are the Harry Potter mix. So we have the Harry Potter head that's cherry. We have the gold sorting hat, the candy floss lightning bolt, and then we have some other flavours. We've got sweet apple, we've got caramel, which is Hedwig, and butterbeer. Then we have the lemon sorbet, which is the quaffle, and the envelope, the letter envelope. I'm not sure what the sweet apple are. Oh, it's the 9 3/4 disc, and I don't know what the other one is, but yeah, I will be enjoying those. I can't wait to get into them. Put them on the bed. Then in the works that we have here in the UK, they mainly sell books, but they've started selling crafty things. If you've been watching me for a while, they do sell some diamond paintings, some little kits. So I picked up this stationery set, as you can see, for £3. So it has a ruler, a 15cm ruler, an eraser, a pen, a sharpener, a pencil, and a sticker sheet. So the sticker sheet has got 10 stickers. So I picked up that set. I picked it up today actually because I've been to go and meet my parents, give my dad his gift for Father's Day on Sunday, so I will be calling him as well. But yeah, I went to go and meet them, have some lunch. So yeah, I picked up the stationery set. So yeah. Then we have some charity shop finds. We were at the dentist, and that little village there has a few charity shops, so we went and had a look, and I picked up a cross stitcher, and this is issue 361 and it's from September 2020. But what caught my eye was this pattern. Oops, let me try and, oh, no, that's not going to show. So it says Autumn Leaves Seasonal Sampler. So let me find it. Page 38. So yeah, fall into autumn, and it was part of a series. And yeah, I'm not going to show anything. So this is Cheryl McKinnon, is Tiny Modernist. I've been forgetting for a while, but yeah. So I definitely want to stitch this one, so fall into autumn. If you would like me to do a flip through of this magazine, then I will do. Just comment down below. So we have a So Lovely, a chic cushion, Box of Delights, then the sampler, and then it says part 2 of the More Merry Mice. Start the next project of our tree house project. So yeah, it's a mouse house. Then we have these easy ABCs, a cushion, perfect project to let you fly high. So we've got some birds in a bird cage. Very pretty. And then let's see. That's next issue. So this must be a brief look of some more that are in. So it must be an instrument or trombone alphabet. So yeah, some other cute designs in here too. Yeah. 43 letter alphabet, musical instruments. So yeah, it's musical instruments, the alphabet for this time. So, but yeah, let me know if you'd like me to still flick through. So that was 10p from the charity shop. And then this kit also as well. My husband actually found this one. It's a Europe cross stitch, and it's a 20cm by 28cm. So it doesn't give any more details than that. Yeah, 20cm by 28cm. So very cute. Very cute. So then let me show you, move this out of the way, some of the goodies that I got sent. So some of these are from previous boxes, but we have some wooden buttons. Then there was this hoop, super grip embroidery hoop, and it's 4 inches. 4-inch little hoop. Then this one, I believe, was one that I just recently got. This is cotton and twine, and it's autumn falls. So that was a cotton and twine. And it comes with the fabric and the thread. So I do have quite a few from previous. So we have an Easter one. Then we have this August 2021. Do what you love, love what you do. Sorry, I was a little bit off camera there. This one is May 2022, and it says pretty things, and it's another one on a couch, the same as this one. You do get the couch included in the kit. This one, January 2022, friends make life a little sweeter. And this was the one that I've just received. So the cotton and twine that I got sent with the box from the subscriber friend. So this is the winter 2022 with a frame to finish it in. So I'm just going to move these before I knock my mouse and stop the video. So let me move these out of the way. So put those there. And then some other things that were included. We have this 3-in-1 bobbin kit, so you can stitch onto the bobbin, and there's 2 different patterns. Then I got a neck light in one of the boxes. Then there was the bobbin threader that you can attach to the edge of your box. And then also in here is a few of the wire. You can make it into rings and put your bobbins on, and also a case, a bobbin case. She also included these floss drops, the bee theme, very cute. Yes, very cute. So like I say, some of these things you will have already seen. And then there were some of these tags in the box too. Then this Jan Lynn Garden Charms. It is a kit and it's called Beehive. janlynn.com. It's 14 count header. Everything in the pattern, the fabric. You even get some card floss thing organisers. So, take this out. So this was also included in the box, but I did want to mention it because this was in the box, and this is, let me see, issue 359, and it's June 2025. So yes, I did show this in a previous video, but my husband wants me to stitch the dog. It looks like our little teddy. So my husband wants me to stitch that. But our youngest son has asked me to stitch this little guy down here. So this is Pets for Pride. This adorable doggy with his rainbow flag will make for an entertaining card. Mount it in a bright coloured aperture card for a bright finish. But yeah, our youngest has asked me to stitch that. So before I go any further, I do want to apologise. So you're probably sat here thinking, where have you been? Well, last Friday we had a bit of an eventful day. We had been to the dentist that morning. We'd come home, had some lunch. We were just, you know, coming upstairs, and I was going to carry on with the normal Friday jobs, you know, bedding, shower. And I was just opening, I think it was the second box that I had received from the generous subscriber, and our youngest shouted up, problem. Like, okay, what's happened? Because he'd been doing the garden while we were out. He was trimming the front garden, and just as we were coming upstairs, he was getting ready and he was going to start trimming the back garden. And like I say, come to the bottom of the stairs. Problem. Like, okay, come up, what's happened? He had had a terrible accident. He had just started trimming the back garden and he cut his leg. He really cut his leg. Yeah, Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, what? I'm not going to show you pictures. I'm really not going to show you pictures. But it was his right. No. Yeah, his right ankle. So he'd basically he cut his leg open. I'd say it was, hang on, about that long. Yeah, he cut his leg open. So we rung an ambulance. They said, right, okay, we'll send someone along, but in the time being a doctor will ring. So we sat there waiting and waiting. Eventually a doctor did ring, and sort of asked for more details and asked to speak to Oliver. And yeah, so Oliver explained he was using a strimmer with a blade on, a metal blade, and he was going round the edge of some paving stones, and basically it bounced off and cut his leg. So he was trying to explain to the doctor, and they said, right, okay, we'll get an ambulance to you. Another hour had gone by, and we'd started to panic because basically his leg was pumping. And my husband ended up ringing him back and just said, look, he's getting worse. It's starting to, get really painful for him, and we're trying to put pressure on, but it's agony. So they said, right, look, we'll send the car, we'll send the first responder, and they'll come and have a look. Half an hour later, still nobody had turned up. So my husband rang again and said, look, it's getting excruciating for him. He can't. No, somebody needs to get here quick. I think another 20 minutes or so, half an hour later, a first responder car turned up to the house. So they came up, had a look, and said, right, we need to get him to a flat surface. He was, at the time, he was sat in the bathroom with his leg propped up on the radiator. So they hobbled him across the landing to his bedroom where he could lay flat on his bed. And they were looking at it and assessing it, and the guy that was with us was lovely. He was amazing. He was explaining every step and what his thoughts were, but he said, I need to get a second opinion before I do anything. So in the meantime, I'm just going to clean it up while I'm waiting for my colleague to come. So the second one came, and yeah, they were looking at it, and while the first one was cleaning it, and excuse me, while the first one was cleaning it, and the second one was a little bit concerned because he could see a bone. It's like, we can't tell, we don't know whether it has hit the bone or whether it's just gone through, skin or whatever. But I am a little bit concerned because there is a bone exposed, so I would prefer him to go to the hospital, to go to A&E, accident and emergency. So yeah, the first one was all up to his first opinion was, I think I'll be able to do it here. I don't think there's any damage, but I do need to get a second opinion. So like I said, when the second one came, he I said, look, I think this is what I think. So yeah, it was decided that to go to the hospital. So he wrote up his notes and everything on his pad, and then he had to do a sheet of paper for us to take in to tell them what he'd cleaned it with and things like that. So yeah, we went through with first assessment at reception, taking more details, what had been done and things like that. So we went through to the waiting area. A doctor called us down within 10 minutes. They were looking at it and assessing it and reading the notes from the paramedics, and they said, right, okay, we need to send you to an x-ray because obviously they're concerned. So went and had x-ray, come back up to the waiting room, and then the doctor's called us down. He says, yeah, there's nothing on the x-ray, there's no problem, so basically just need to clean it and stitch it up as the original paramedic was going to do. So 10 stitches later, they said, right, okay, yep, you're free to go home. So yeah, they stitched him up, put a big covering over it, and yeah, made his way home. But yeah, the whole thing started at just after 1, maybe 10 past, quarter past 1, when Oliver first shouted up, and we didn't get home till 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. So yeah, in between waiting for paramedics, first responders, getting up to the hospital, being seen, and then travelling home. So yeah, so that's where I was Friday, and that's what I've been up to. So yeah, since then he's sort of been hobbling round. We did go to the doctors the other day to get it looked at, just to get it assessed, just to see if it's healing well and there's no problems. Excuse me. So yeah, the nurse down at the doctor's had a look, give it a bit of a wipe and put that like cleaning liquid. I don't want to say water, I think it's more than just water, but yeah, kind of dabbed it and sort of cleaned round and then put a new dressing over the top. And then he is back on Monday the 16th to have the stitches out and just to have it, you know, a good clean round and just make sure that everything is healing as it should be. But yeah, so that just been looking after our youngest, because like I said, he's just been hobbling around and just making sure that he was okay. And but yeah, we didn't really think much. It just shouted up, you know, what were his words? That there's a problem, or I've got an issue, or something like that. Just said it so calmly, so casually. And then, yeah, when he got to the top of the stairs, he just kind of lifted his trouser leg up, and I'm like, so ushered him to the bathroom, and he sat on top of the toilet seat, and while we were on the phone, talking with them on the phone, they said, yeah, try and keep it elevated and put pressure on and try and stop the bleeding. And yeah, so that's where I've been. But he's doing okay. He's still hobbling around, but things are cleaning up, and he's doing all right. He's doing okay. He has got an exam Monday morning, and then in the afternoon he has his stitches out. So yeah, that's not going to be good for him, the poor love. But yeah, so that's where I've been. So sorry I've been MIA. Sorry there's been no videos. I've not been any Zooms, or yeah, so that's where I've been. But let's get on with the floss tube. So what have I been stitching the last couple of weeks? So let me tell you. So needless to say, that Friday the 6th there was no stitching. So yeah, right. So we did. We're right. Let's have a look. Let's go back to May. So we have the end of May here then, don't we? So that Friday then. So after the floss tube, I picked up Halloween Quaker, and this is from Lila Studios. So let me find that. Let's find. It. Yeah, Halloween Quaker from Lila Studios. So, oops, let me move that light just a little bit. There we go. So this is Halloween Quaker from Lila's Studio. So for this one, I only managed 60 stitches. I did enjoy picking it back up. I can't remember whether I'd stitched on it previously in May, but I think maybe I finished off a motif or started a motif. I can't remember why I picked it up again, but this is where we are now. So I think I was finishing off this motif round here. So it's this one. Whoops. I was starting this motif in here. So I have got another couple of motifs and then I will be over. So we've got the bird up here and then we've got a little bit of a flower over this side, and then yeah, I will have the full width of what it's going to be. So let me have a look. Did I pick up? Yes, I'd already stitched 403 previously, so maybe that 60 was just to finish off that motif there. So that's probably why I picked it up. But yeah. So that's that one. So then next is Life on the Ocean Wave. So Life on the Ocean Wave, and it is by Little Dove Designs, and this is from Etsy. So Life on the Ocean Wave. May you always have a shell in your pocket and sand in your tubes. So I have worked on this at the end of May and then also these past few weeks as well. So Ocean Wave has had a total of 1,255 stitches. So this is where we are now, Life on the Ocean Wave. So I've basically, I think I started from here and came all the way around. I've just started this block, and then I think the other day when I was stitching on it, I came in and did some of this border, and I put in this red square. I brought this a little bit over as well, so I'm probably going to have to move the fabric up, finish the edge of this frame in here, and then I can finish these leaves in here, and then all I will have left to do is the ship here and probably this word block. So I might do the word block first once I've done the border, do the word block, and then all I have left then is the ship to do. So yeah, 1,255 stitches. So this is now at 68.74% complete. Yeah. So that is where we are with that one. So I did stitch on it some of the end of May, but June, this was one of the 3 projects that I picked, the Glamorous 3. So that was one of them. So with coming into June and the start of summer, I wanted to pick those kinds of projects to stitch. So let me go back and see what else. So then on Saturday the 31st, I stitched on the Christmas mug stitch along. This is from Shannon Christine Designs. Can't remember, I think it was a couple of Christmases ago. So yeah, Christmas mug stitch along. So this is what was released at the time when we got the frame to stitch. So in that first box I have done the deer, and then I've come along and I've started doing Mr. Claus. So next to Mr. Claus is going to be Mrs. Claus. So I'm going to probably move the penguin down. So I'm going to do Mrs. Claus next to Mr. Claus. Find it. Here we are. This one got 900, no, not 900, 490 stitches. Find where I am. 490 stitches. So I think it was this frame. So yeah, this is the framework for the Santa mug, Mr. Claus. So yeah, I stitched all that. So 490 stitches into that one. So that finishes off the end of May. So I still haven't counted up my stitches. I was meant to do it and I completely forgot. Never mind. I think I've got a couple of months to do the count up for. So I don't think I did my stats for April. No? Yeah, I don't think I did my stats for April. So yeah, I've got April and May stats to give, which I haven't done yet. So that finished off the end of May. So then let's get into June and what I have been stitching on. So Sunday the 1st was Life on the Ocean Wave, which I've just showed you. I did pick up my temperature piece, my temperature stitch from Stitching Mummy on Etsy. So let me find that one. Yeah, so this is Temperature Walk With Me from Stitching Mummy on Etsy. So it's this one, it's the doggy one with the paw prints. So that is what that one is going to look like. So the temperature piece got, yeah, 121. Just let me find it. Here we are. So as of last time I stitched it, I thought I'd caught up, but now I am behind, I believe. So this is where we are now. So started up here, came round, all the way around here, and then just coming back out to here. So we'll come round into here. So yeah, round, and then all the way around, and then back to the top. So that's where the little doggy will get stitched. So yeah, that's where we are. Temperature Walk With Me. So if I'm caught up to there, I've probably got 2 more weeks to add. Yeah, probably got 2 more weeks to add from these last temperatures. And then I worked on Christmas mugs again. Yes, I did. put another 300 into Christmas mugs, so maybe I had to finish that frame off. Yeah, because I've done 790 the previous, and that Sunday there I'd done another 300. So about 1100, 1100. Yeah, into mugs to get that frame finished. So then on to Monday then, Monday the 2nd, I worked on my second piece for the Glamorous 3, and this is called London. Let me find it. Trying to find it, guys. Sorry. Oh, there we go. So this is from Autumn. No, this is from Awesome Pattern Studio, again on Etsy, and this is London C135. So this is what this piece is going to look like. And I am in this top bit here. I've come down and done started some of the buildings. So this is my second Glamorous 3-piece. So London has had 528 stitches. So let's cut my fabric at some point, but so this is where we are on London now. So a few times I think I've just filled in with a colour, did this bit here, so it's 100 stitches each time this is called. So yeah, it's just a random number or wheel spin. So yeah, just pick a colour and put 100 stitches in. So I think the other day I was doing sort of round this area, doing the wheel. The wheel. So, but yeah, this is a piece that I'm doing for Glamorous 3. So yeah, 528 stitches. So then starting Monday and more or less during the week, I just pick it up randomly. But this next one is Winter Queen, and this is from Shannon Christine Designs. So this is Winter Queen. So the designer for the animal, the magical creature that I play, was the animal was Crookshanks, so Hermione's ginger cat. And I decided to concentrate on this piece. So the designer that was picked was Shannon Christine. So I could pick, you know, I had a pick of any of the pieces that I'm stitching from her, but I decided that I wanted to get a good chunk, a good bit of progress on this piece, because I kind of feel she's been abandoned a little bit. And I think I had a little bit of the trunk here done, and this snow sort of a little bit underneath here, and then some of the trunk started here. But working on it every now and again, or just on an evening, I have put in 1,989 stitches. So I'm going to need to pull some bars off to show you. So yeah, 1,989 stitches. So this is where we are now. So I had this snow down here, and I think a little bit in here. So I've done all the rest up here, and there is 3 different colours in this tree. So there is a white and then 2 different light shades. There's one like a minty kind of white, if that makes sense. Yeah, a minty kind of white, and then a really light blue. A really light blue, so it's for shading and shadowing. But yeah, that is all. The top of the tree is complete. So I am coming down here. I think I've got a colour to fill in here, and then a few spots down here. So I'm probably going to work on this one today to get that finished off. And then I have got a little bit more snow over this side to do. So then the rest, the tree and everything around the lady is done. So then I have just got her to stitch. So let me bring this in. So yeah, I've got a little bit more detailing in here in the tree to do, and then I've got the white of this snow here, and then I'll just have the lady to do. So yeah, today I will concentrate on getting that white and those different colours finished off stitching, and then like I said, then I've just got the lady left. But yeah, I'm really glad I chose to concentrate on one project, because I have got all that tree and everything done, and I'm very happy with that. Really happy. So 1989 stitches. Yes, very happy. So then on to Tuesday. So Tuesday I worked on my 3rd piece for the Glamorous 3 game. So this is a piece from Stitch Rovia, and it's called On the Beach. So again, another summery one with June and the beginning of summer, and so yeah, I did want to pick out some summer pieces for the Glamorous 3. So like I said, this is from Stitch Rovia, and yeah, it's been picked quite a few times. So On the Beach has had 492 stitches. So 492 stitches into this piece. So I have been mainly concentrating on this other grey, like the different waves. So I think I had kind of up to here done. So I had like all this filling. So I've done all this grey across here, and then I came up and started doing some of this lighter in here where the waves start rushing into the sand, and mixing those colours up a little bit. So nearly 500 on this one so far this month. So whenever they're picked, whatever day they're picked on, I will put their 100 in. Or some people just look at the week's calls and will stitch it all that one day, and then they've got the rest of the week then to do what they want to do. So then the rest of Tuesday I decided to have a new start. Yes, I did. I decided to have a new start. So let me find it. So this is a Witchwood Express, artwork by Lisa Parker, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So this is my new start. Yes, Witchwood Express. So it's over here. Let me just grab it. So I think I've worked on it maybe 2 or 3 times. So Express, I have worked on it twice for a total of 215 stitches. Yes, that is all I've managed to get in. So 215 stitches. So I've started in the top centre and I was working just on a couple of colours. There's like a grey in there and then like a browny sooty colour. So I was working my way across that way, but I think I'm going to come back this way, try and get to this corner so then I can start coming down and get the front of the train. So yes, I decided to have a new start. Yes, I know, trying to wrangle all of that fabric. It's not a mini, it's a regular size. So it is 775 no, hang on, 625 wide by 775 high. So yes, Witchwood Express. So it's regular size. Yeah. Yeah, Witchwood Express. So yes, I decided to have a new start that Tuesday. So then on to Wednesday, I worked on Life on the Ocean Wave, and then I worked on Winter Queen. That Thursday, I worked on Winter Queen and the London piece. Friday, A&E, no stitching. Then the Saturday, I put my 100 stitches into On the Beach, and then I was diamond painting. I started a little kit from the works that are in one of them folder file things with the tray. So I worked on the owl. Then on the Sunday, I decided to stitch on Witchwood Express, and then I finished the owl diamond painting. So I was diamond painting that weekend, the first full weekend of the month. So then on to Monday, so I worked on Winter Queen, and then I worked on the London piece. Sorry, notifications come up. We're still recording. Yes, we are. On the London piece. So I think this particular week was when I decided to look at what the calls were for the week and just stitch what the numbers were called for the full week, whenever it was called. So the 9th, the Monday, was London. So I stitched it. It was called 3 times this week. Life on the Ocean Wave was Tuesday, and I think that was called 2 or 3 times. I'm not sure. Then Wednesday, I worked on the Beach and Winter Queen. And then yesterday, I worked on Winter Queen. Yes. So yeah, 3, 6. Not sure, because London was 3 there. Ocean Wave was 5 there. Then on the Beach was 2. I'm not sure. Yeah. When the post goes up in the group, I try and stick to 100 stitches a day, but yeah, sometimes I just decide to club them together and just stitch them all in one day, whatever the calls are for that week. So as of today, Friday the 13th, yes, happy Friday the 13th. I have not stitched yet. So like I said, I went and met my parents and my grandma, my dad's mum. So on a Friday, they take her out, go and treat her for lunch, and we asked if we could tag along this week. Like I said, give my dad his Father's Day gifts. But yeah, so we went down and met them for lunch, and we picked up a few bits in town. We needed, I think we needed some juice and maybe some bread or something like that. We picked up a few bits anyway in one of the shops. And then, yeah, went and met them for lunch. I had a coffee and a chip butter. So chips in a tea cake. Chip butter. Mark had a cup of tea and a sausage butter. So sausage and tea cake. Yeah. So had that. Came home and then had my shower. We've had tea. Oh yeah, we picked up tea while we were in town. We picked up some of the pasties, the chicken filled pasties. It was from the Pound Bakery. Yeah, the Pound Bakery. We picked up some chicken pasties, chicken pastries. Had those for tea. And then made coffees and came up here to record for you guys. Yeah. So that has been my hectic 2 weeks. Yeah, very hectic 2 weeks. Yeah, just making sure that he's okay, and like I said, he's still hobbling around, and so having to making sure he's safe, sitting down and he's not walking too far, and bringing his food and making sure he's having enough to drink. And whenever I go make a coffee, a hot drink, ask if he wants one, because before he used to just go and get one whenever, and so just making sure that he's all right. So then, what are my plans for next week? Well, like I said, today I'm going to stitch on Winter Queen. I'm probably going to do that the rest of today. And then Saturday, I'm not sure. Sunday, I'm not sure either. Sunday, we'll probably have our eldest home. He'll want to come and see his dad, obviously, for Father's Day. So yeah, need to make sure I bring my dad too. So yeah, everybody have a good Father's Day. But yeah, I'm probably thinking Sunday, probably later on, I will get some stitching done, maybe. But Saturday, the only plan so far for Saturday is cleaning in the morning, get lunch, and then I think in the afternoon at 1-2 o'clock maybe, I think we're having a food delivery, home delivery from Sainsbury's, with the bulky stuff, like big trays of pouches of cat food, tins of dog food, pet biscuits, juice, cleaning stuff, washing up liquid, the bulky heavy stuff. So, so yeah, we've got that coming on Saturday, but yeah, then the rest of the afternoon and then the evening I will be able to stitch, but I don't know what I'm going to be stitching on. So yeah, apart from today working on Winter Queen, I don't know for the rest of the weekend. And then next week, Monday I'm probably going to have to go and meet Oliver at the doctor's because he'll get a taxi from college. Yeah, his dad has already said he'll be getting taxis down there because he won't be able to walk. So he'll get a taxi down to college, and then afterwards, after his exam, he'll get rather than getting a taxi home, I'll suggest getting a taxi to the doctor's. I'll meet him there, and then we can, yeah, get these stitches out. Then Tuesday, I'm at the dentist. I've got to go and have a cleaning done. And yeah, Mark's having his checkup too. So yeah, he's got to have his checkup, his gums and everything since having all of his teeth removed. He decided. Yeah. So yeah, he's got to have his gums and everything like that checked and see if they're okay, see if they're doing well. They've healed, got okay. But I think, yeah. Apart from that, I don't know. So I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to let you guys go and yeah, move on to your next video and whoever else you are watching. Lastly, hang on. Yes, just looking over at my flask. I did ask a question on one of my previous videos. So I just wanted to catch up with you guys because when I asked on my video, nobody commented. So I did end up Googling. So on my flask, let me try and show you without spilling it. So on my flask we have these words around. Probably better show you a picture on my phone. I'll show you that better. So find the picture that I took. Show you. I'm sure I did keep it on. Right, I'd scroll straight past it. So on my flask it has the words around the edge, and I asked on my video if anybody knew what they meant, and like I said, nobody commented. So I went on to Google, good old Googles, and found out what it meant. So the Latin translation is never tickle a sleeping dragon. That's what it means. So yeah, the translation, the Hogwarts crest features the Latin motto which translates to never tickle a sleeping dragon. This phrase is not related to the specific character, despite Draco Malfoy's name also being Latin for dragon. The crest also includes 4 quarters, each representing one of the school's founders. So that's what it means. Never tickle a sleeping dragon. Yeah. That's what it means. Like you'd want to tickle a sleeping dragon, but yeah, never tickle a sleeping dragon. That's what it means. Yeah. Anyway, right, so let me show you. This was the diamond painting that I finished, that I mentioned last weekend. No, I hadn't. Yeah, I had. Yeah, it's fully finished. I didn't think it was. It didn't look like it from the light. But yeah, that was the diamond painting that I finished. Then, so the Artisy Facebook group has got a freebie up. So yeah, Artisy, let me see. Yeah, Artisy Facebook group. And this is a little hedgehog. And it's called Free Hugs. And look at that. That is the Artisy freebie. It's called Free Hugs and it's a little hedgehog. How cute. And it's only a small one too. 116 by 197. Yeah, 116 by 197. So not too big at all. Very cute. Very cute. Also, Heaven and Earth Designs are having a sale on their website, and it runs to the 15th of June, which is this weekend. I think maybe it started midweek this week, maybe 10th or 11th, something like that. But yeah, it finishes on the 15th on Father's Day. So yeah, Heaven and Earth Designs. Go and check out their website and see what is on sale if you want to grab anything. Also this weekend, the Stitchonomy, the English Garden Stitch Along, the free entry has finished, but we get the first drop tomorrow, the 14th. Yeah, the first public drop. So if you are in their club, in their Stitch Club, you will have already had the first drop, but they obviously say, you know, wait until the public release date, wait for people to see it, and then you can start posting pictures in the group. So yeah, the general release, the first drop will be tomorrow. So I still need to sort out my fabric for that. It does call for a green fabric. I don't have a green fabric. It calls for like a pale like lime green. Look up picture. No, it just says pastel green Ada, or pastel green whatever fabric. Yeah, pastel green. I could dye a piece of fabric blue, but it might have to be really light blue, because looking at some of these colours, the tealy bluey colours. So yeah, I might get away with a blue. I don't know. I might have to wait for a couple of drops. I don't know how often the drops are going to be. But yeah, general free sign-ups ended the 1st of June, so sorry about that. Early access, so if you were in the club, in the Stitchonomy club, you got the first drop on the 7th, and then the general release is tomorrow, the 14th. So it's the English Garden Stitch Along in the Facebook group Stitchonomy. So yeah, I signed up for that. I have collected the pattern for the Christmas market, the one that they did end of last year, beginning of this year, the Christmas market. So I have got the pattern for that. I did keep the files, so I want to stitch that one at some point too. But yeah, the English Garden Stitch Along, so we get that drop tomorrow. I think that is everything. So I am definitely going to let you guys go and move on to your next video. So remember guys, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Bye guys.